Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers, there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you're subscribed so you have a chance to win. I have 13 orders that are supposed to go out, but for some reason, I don't know why. I gotta move, I'm echoing off of this metal here. I thought the post office was closed the Friday after Thanksgiving. That's an oversight on my behalf. So I actually have 3 orders of the 13 that are currently sold that have to actually go out today. So I'm going to pull those really quick, pack them up, get those sent out, and then everything else will just be done on Monday like I was anticipating. And by then, I'm sure the number will have increased. But let's go ahead and pull those ones anyway. First thing on A2, I'm surprised this took so long to sell, but vintage Sony telephone, house phone, in a green color, which apparently has the cord as well, right there. This has been in there a while. You can see the dust. That's been moved 2 or 3 times. That's gone through different categorizing shelving systems, different shelves. That's been around since all my inventory was still inside my house. So that's a real old one. $14.99 plus shipping. I used to do a lot of house phones. I've steered away from it. It was not the big multi-channel industrial office space type ones. I'll still mess with those because there's a higher value, and some still have a decent value, but beyond that, it's just not something I really need to. I was buying a lot of them, and I mean a lot. It was probably at one point 20% of what I had in my store. So it was too much. I'll still, if the price is right and it's a good one, I'll still pick it up. But beyond that, I'm done with phones. Next up, even if it kills me, I moved my CDs, so they're over here, and you'll see my shelf is moved. Garage is kind of a mess because, like I said, I did not plan to work today. I just woke up, checked my eBay store, and realized that I had packages that needed to go out today. But I moved my shelf out of the way because I went to touch it just to do something, and it was hot. And I mean hot, like dangerously hot. Like if this was real wood, it might have been an issue. So we're going to pick a different spot. But right here, Motion City soundtrack on CD, Even If It Kills Me. That's a great album, great band. You can see my guitar's in the way. I got stuff all over the place. I was not planning on doing this today, and eventually we'll just cut into Monday. Next up on A2, I just listed this, sold almost immediately, is a Hershey's recipe box, new in package. I did not make a lot of profit on this. I probably made about 50 cents profit. I don't know. When I was looking it up, I think I generalized the price of all of them a little too much, and there was a lot towards the cheaper end. So I put mine towards the cheaper end, said, it is what it is, might as well get out of here. And I've been thinking a lot recently about things like this that I got at Salvation Army, things that I get retail arbitrage, where the dollar return might not be that great, but it comes with a receipt. It comes with a putting it on my taxes as a write-off receipt. So there is some amount of value to that, because I know a lot of people are really good about writing down every garage sale and every item. I'm not that person. I don't know. I think I got too many things in my brain at the same time. That one, I tried. I got a little booklet. I went to, like, first 3 garage sales of the season. I did it. Never again. You should. I don't. I'll try again next summer. Hopefully I can stick with it. Hopefully I remember. Then everybody says, oh, just throw it in your car. Yeah, then it's in my glove box. I forget it's in my glove box. I'm not that guy. But I got $4.99 plus shipping on this. I think I paid $2.99. So, like I said, not very good profit. But I'll get these packed up real quick and off the post office so we can run to my father's house and stuff ourselves with leftovers. And now I'll toss it over to Future Drew. Future Drew here. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. I, of course, as you saw, thought I had a long weekend because I thought the post office was closed on Fridays through after Thanksgiving. I was wrong. I won't make that mistake next year. It wasn't really a a big deal, just I had to do some rush packing, and now we're on to Monday, where it is a fantastic sales day. I have 22 orders going out, which is a new record for me for weekend sales. That's over the course of 4 days, so you know it's almost a week worth of sales, but 22 for about $400. That's around $20 per item. Not the worst, not the best. Still would like that number to climb much higher price per item, because my goal is not to do full-time eBay forever. I picture myself doing eBay forever. Couple things I buy here or there, high ticket items, forever, till I can't physically do it. I don't see any reason why not to. I'll be set up for it forever. That's just my plan. But I have a lot of other things that generate revenue for me, a lot of other things that are goals of mine, so I don't plan on doing it forever, full-time. But as of now, it's full-time, so let's get to work. First thing going out on A1 is a Corningware 10-inch cornflower blue, which I think is this one here. I'll double check, but yes, 10-inch right there, that one. This will be the first time I might actually have to take a break in the middle of pulling to pack. We'll see how that goes, though. $8.99 plus shipping, and they paid a lot of shipping. I don't know why. For some reason, Texas from here, I know it's across the country, but it seems to be more expensive than shipping to Florida or even some of the West Coast areas. I'm not sure. Could just be further south in Texas. I'm not completely sure on that, but it just seems Texas has been an expensive place for me to ship to. Next up, Dracula has risen. Is that what it was? Yes, risen from the grave on VHS. That one right there, $9.99. This is the type of VHS you want to look for. Your spooky ooky, your gory, and definitely if you've never heard of the movie. If you look at it and you go, this doesn't look like a movie that's ever existed in my life, that one's probably worth money. $9.99 free shipping for that one. And that's what you're shooting for on VHS. You're not shooting for the $50, $100 one. Yes, those do exist. You're shooting for the $9.99 free shipping, because that's going to ship for about $3, and it's easy to pack, very easy to list. 2 pictures, 3 pictures tops. It's the only reason I mess with it. It's the ease of it. Now I realize I have my glasses on. Those got to go. Drives me nuts when I edit, because I can see the glare. It's definitely a pet peeve. I will be grumpy the whole time I edit if I leave my glasses on. And it's bad enough because I'm blind. I can't see. I can see okay, but I shouldn't drive without glasses. So it's a big deal for me not to wear them. That's how much it bothers me. Next up on C2 is a vintage Revereware copper bottom 12-inch. Now sorry about that. I will lower the sound so you didn't have to deal with that, but that was loud. That's not a 12-inch. That's just silliness. It's got to be back here. There's only 2. Why would I think it was the one that doesn't look like it's the one? All right. 12-inch Revereware copper bottom. Not in great shape, but I don't think that's it, because this one in the picture looks fairly clean. So that's not it. It's got to be that big one. That seemed oddly large. I mean, there's only other one that's down there, so it's got to be that one. It doesn't say on the bottom. Yeah, 12-inch. All right. It just seemed very big. I don't know. So I made all that noise, doubted myself, all the things. And I was right the whole time. Well, that's good. I like when I get large things off of the shelf, which that is something I'm happy about. I, at one point, had about 100 less things in my store and about $1,000 less, and I had ran out of space. But as you can see, I do have some space, so I either stop putting large items, or I'm not sure. And I can even see if I reorganize a little bit, I'll gain a little more. But that one, $32.99 plus shipping. And next on A3, going to the same buyer, is the 10-inch copper bottom. So that's got to be this one right here. Same thing, different size. That makes me happy. I'll combine that and return them the difference in shipping. And that might have to go UPS, FedEx, something like that, just because the 12-inch pan, that's very big. It might be outside the dimensions that make sense for USPS. $12.99 plus shipping. And then next up, Holiday Hot Wheels. It comes with a little stand. It has a spider web on it because I got this at the beginning of the summer. Cobweb. I'll, of course, clean that off. That is one of the drawbacks of how my office is a garage, is that you get spiders and spider webs and stuff. I actually had a buyer one time try to give me a bad feedback because their box had a spider in it. I mean, did it come from my garage? Probably. Do they know that for sure? No. Is it a spider and it could have gotten in at literally any point between my house and their house? Yes. But also, it's just a spider. I don't know what people's deal is with spiders. Like, I don't live in an area that has like it's not like Australia where they got crazy poisonous ones. They can all kill you. We have 2 poisonous spiders in Michigan. I've never seen one in my life. I've only heard of someone I personally know getting bit by one once. I don't know why everybody's so scared of spiders. I like them. They eat the bugs I don't like, aka mosquitoes. Hate mosquitoes. And that one is $22.49 free shipping. That'll be first class. And then next up, I picked this up last week, sold same day. Vintage Pyrex on A2. It's 401 in the primary blue. Really in good shape for this one because I think this is the 1940s, 50s type version. So for that to make it this long, because what happens is people start shoving them in the dishwasher. They lose all their color. They lose all their sparkle. You got to hand wash them. They don't last forever if you don't. $10.99 plus shipping. And I paid up for that. I think I paid $4 to get $10.99. So not to make a lot of money. I just knew the demand for that. If I priced it right, it would have sold very quickly, which it did. Like I said, same day. After that, on A6, Vintage Hurry Up. Milton Bradley. It's a marble game. It looked interesting. I had never heard of it before. Right here. I actually was very tempted to take the marbles out and then trash the rest of the game and just sell the marbles, because I know antique marbles, there's a really good market for them. There was actually an extra one in there, which was this one, but it was damaged. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe. Either way, it was damaged. But there is a market for it. One of those things, though, you need to know what you're looking for, what you're looking at, how to use the right keywords. And that's knowledge I don't have yet. If I come across a bunch of vintage or antique marbles, I'll figure that knowledge out then. But I do know it has a value. So I look for them. And then once I have them in my possession, then I will go through the effort of getting all the minutia and the details, because why do it ahead of time when by the time I find some, I could forget all that knowledge. Same thing that happened with, I don't even know if they're still over here. Yeah, they're down there, but I had found a bunch of vintage greeting cards and postcards, and if you watch The Auction Professor, which I do, it's part of his major profit margin, his major store quantity, what am I looking for there for the words? Inventory. Thank you to me. It's a big part of his inventory. And so I've been looking for them. First batch I've ever found. So I bought them. I think I paid $1 for the whole box. Went through all of them. Couldn't find any that individually seemed worth anything. I'll probably just throw them all in an auction, and that'll be somebody else's issue. Again, something that I know has value, but I don't have the minutia, the knowledge of each individual one to know which one's worth, when it's worth something, when it's not, what they exactly are, what to even look up, because they don't have like a barcode on the back like a Hallmark card. So it's step 1, know it's worth something. Step 2, figure out if it's worth selling. So it's kind of, you do both at the same time, I guess, for me at least. So that one, the game there, $9.99 plus shipping. What I figured out with this is the $9.99 to list it immediately was more money than spending an hour or two researching the marbles to try to make more money that I might not actually make. So it took the $9.99. Next up on B1 is a vintage Regalware, and it says B1, but I don't see it. So let me take a better look at it since it doesn't appear to be there. B1, vintage Regalware with the push button. It'll be easy enough to find, but it's not on B1. It was on B1. I was looking at B2. Literally saying B1 out loud over and over again, looking at shelf B2. There it is. And it's not a Revereware, it's a Regalware. I didn't know that there was a company called Regalware, but $17.99 plus shipping. And if I remember right, because it wasn't that long ago, I think the Regalware one was worth more than the Revereware one. Not positive on that, but I think so. And then next up, A4 Russ Christmas Troll Doll, the 8-inch version right here. And I got $19.99 free shipping. Another one of those items I paid up for a little bit. I think I paid $5 for this, $4 for it. But I knew it would sell this year within the month or so. So that's what was important to me. And then in B3A, Memorex 60-minute blank cassettes. And what did I say? I said B3A. B3A. Right over here. Set of 4 of them. Memorex DBS 60. And I got $14.99 free shipping. These go first class, not medium mail. You do your business however you want. I have qualms against it. Like, I have a problem with this being different than another tape, but it's not worth it to me to have any amount of risk in shipping something. I ship it first class. It is what it is. It has no media on the media mail, therefore it's not media, whatever. And then this one, I think my, it isn't good, but my procrastination paid off in this scenario because on, it doesn't have a shelf number, but you'll see, vintage, real Ghostbusters Firehouse Station. It's the shell only. It has no door, none of the extra add-ons. It had some damage. The stickers are in pretty good shape. I mean, I guess I could pull it down now. Try to without breaking it. But this right here, I'd had it sitting around for months, and I procrastinated, and it sold almost immediately, but I think that's because the new Ghostbusters movie just came out. So people, you know, they kind of get back in the mood. They get some nostalgia, all those kinds of things. You add new collectors that weren't collectors before, new fans that weren't fans before. So $99.99 plus shipping on this, which, like I said, is just a shell. It's missing this, it's missing the door, it's got a broken thing here, it's got some yellowing. It took me a lot to clean it, but I don't know, a week and it sold. But I think that it would have taken that amount of time, whether I listed it 2 months ago or not. I think like I said, my procrastination paid off, which is bad. You don't want to reinforce your bad habits. All right, next up. This will take a second to find, but a Toshiba SDV something. It's a DVD VCR combo. It's not that one. It's silver, though, so I should be able to find it pretty easy. Or was that it? It said Toshiba. That didn't look like a Toshiba to me. Toshiba? Is this a Toshiba? No, but it was further down. Maybe keep looking. All right. This one right here. Toshiba. I don't remember the numbers. You would have saw them on the screen. But DVD VCR combo. And that one went for $72.99 plus shipping. Then on A1, a vintage Francoma. Prairie green is the pattern. How bad is it? Okay, it's back here a little bit. Let's see if I can do this without messing something up. Now, something I did eventually figure out is that on these bottom shelves, and I'm starting to slowly integrate that in, is only put very large items because I don't want to get down here over and over and over again. All right, so this right here, I've sold a decent amount of Francoma, and it's almost all been in this prairie green. I know they make many others, or at least some others. I have sold more of like a brownish colored one. I don't remember what that one's called, but the prairie green, it's at least the most available in my area. Whether or not that means it's the most popular or the most valuable, I'm not really sure. $23.99 plus shipping. And a lot of these were, I took offers, I sent offers out. You know, I always, if it's available to me, I send offers out almost immediately. I check the app constantly. Not enough to be like neurotic about it, but 5, 10, 15 times a day, and I send out offers because it works. So if there's ever a price that's not something 99, that's 100% an offer, or they sent me an offer or a sale or something, because I never price anything that's not .99. And then this one, even though it is $7.99, I did take an offer on it. I think it was listed at $8.99, so, you know, why not? But it is antique, a 6-cylinder. Now, this is a bit of a conversation here. Courtship is what they tell me. And I think I didn't put this one up yet because I have some that I listed, but I not forgot, but I hadn't bothered putting them where they go yet. So I have to run and grab it. All right, a little out of breath because I'm out of shape. But as you can see, I got a milk crate. I've just been doing them up in my office. I do a few, I fill up the milk crate, and then I'm bringing them down and putting them on the shelf. I hadn't gotten to putting this one in there yet, but some very neat stuff, like a little pocketbook that used to be a thing you would, I don't know, sell on the streets or something. Number 196. Not a ton of them have a lot of value, but it's kind of fun to go through. Just the, I don't know, the fact that these things are, some of them are 100+ years old. I just find that interesting. The oldest one I found so far was 1897 or 1896, but it had a chew mark on the corner from a mouse, so that's trash, which is unfortunate. The book had no value as far as I could find anyway, but it was just kind of a bummer. Now, if I could find the book I'm looking for, that'd be great. It's, of course, the one on the bottom. And this is what I mean by it's a conversation, because this clearly does not say courtship. That is a V. At no time in history do I think people used V's instead of U's, as in like wrote a V instead of a U. I don't think that's ever been a thing. I'm pretty sure they were always capable of, in print, writing a U. So I'm not a reader. I'm definitely not a vintage antique book reader by any means. So I don't know. So I listed it like everybody else did with this name with a V in it. And then in quotes, I put courtship. So I don't know. Anybody out there know? Please inform me of why that name, courtship, has a V in it. Or if not, maybe is this actually a different word and every listing is incorrect? I don't know. Mystery. It was a mystery to me. And I got $7.99 free shipping for that. Wasn't barely worth the sprint up my stairs and back. And then next up, took a pretty significant offer on this, but I've had it listed a long time. I'm okay with it just being gone. It is a Yamaha Natural Sound T07. It's a tuner. It's actually a very nice tuner. But like I said, it's been listed forever. Right here. And so it was just time to go. There is a, I don't know, opportunity cost. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. But there is a certain point where holding on to something for the extra dollars, a long tail item, to me, starts not being worth it anymore. Because I spent probably $5 to $10 on that, but it's been sitting around for a year and a half. So for me, who is very much into macroeconomics and very much believes that inflation is at about 12 to 15%, the longer that sits there, the less the money I'm getting for it is worth. So I want it gone so I can take those dollars and turn them into more dollars. So long tail items, there is a breaking point of it's time to go. So I think it ended up being about $30 off, but $60 plus shipping, I'm still great with that. After that, we have Spy Hunter for PS2 on my not in a good place rack currently. If you missed on the last one, I had to move this because I figured out that it actually gets very hot right there. And if this was real wood and not some fake whatever this is, probably would have caught on fire. But Spy Hunter right there. I have insurance, but I'd rather not burn my house down and my business. For PS2, took an offer, $5.99 free shipping. And then Perplexus Epic Ball, which is this right here. It's a kind of a, what would you call that? Like a maze game almost. There's a marble inside and you twist the ball back and forth trying to get it to go through the track. My daughter, my youngest daughter, is going to be very sad because when she comes in the garage to visit dad, she loves to point to this ball and that ball and say ball. It's like she comes in immediately. That's her thing. Ball. She's a baby. That's what they're into. But $10.99 plus shipping. And then next up, I do have to double check because Sony messaged me. And whenever it's something that actually means something to somebody, I will go very beyond. I will make the extra effort because that matters to me. If it matters to them, that means it matters to me. But they messaged, said, hey, this vintage Aurora 1979, I'm not going to get it down right now. I'll need a ladder. But there, right there, it's Monday Night Football. It's like a kind of an electric game. Not the one where the pieces move around, but there's a light bulb. And so I don't know exactly how it works. But he said, hey, buying this for my dad for Christmas. I know, because the light bulb's burnt out. And I said, it looks like it's going to work, but I don't have a light bulb to test it. I'm not going to. And he said, as long as all the parts are there, it's fine. My dad used to play this as a kid with his brother. So now I said, I don't know, but I'll double check on Monday morning. And he just bought it. Sent me another message, said, that's great. Just if it is missing pieces, just cancel the order. I said, okay. So I have to go through that and double check. I was trying to, I think, sell it as is, but because they care, I care. $14.99 plus shipping, if I didn't already say. And then on A4, it's a Chantel 1 1/4 cobalt blue A4. 1, 2, 3. I said A4, right? All right. Gotta turn the heat down in here. I'm starting to sweat. A4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Cobalt blue. Okay, it's on A5. Here we go. A5. Cobalt blue, which for most of my life, this was my favorite color. I thought for sure I would have a cobalt blue car when I was an adult. I realized as an adult they don't make every color for every car, so I would have to get a car painted to be cobalt blue. I think Chevy does cobalt blue on some of their cars. One of the car companies does, but not a vehicle I have or want. I'm a Toyota guy. $24.99 plus shipping. And then next up, I was just talking about this yesterday with my son. It is Jumanji, the complete animated series. He loves the movie Jumanji. And we bought him this because he does. And then he broke his DVD player and never got to watch it. And we never bought another DVD player. So I actually just listed all of our whatever DVDs we had left. I think I listed them all. It wasn't a lot, but the other day. And that was one of them, $8.99 free shipping. It was an okay show. I watched it, Nickelodeon, when I was a kid. So that doesn't mean it was okay. I was a kid, so, you go back. But it had a very Wild Thornberrys vibe. I think it was the same company, same animators, same producers and all that. And then next up, they paid full price, which is great. Peter Pan. Down here, the 1949 edition. No, 1927 edition. I got $24.99, and this is in terrible condition. I mean, the front is wore out, the binding is destroyed, there's drawings on the inside, the binding's destroyed there. I mean, it's taped up. This is in terrible condition, and I got $24.99 free shipping, and that will go media mail, but it was an international sale, so they paid another like $15 to get it from Kentucky to wherever it goes from there, into the ether. I don't know. But this book, normally, I think if it's in good condition, this is almost a $100 book. Maybe, depending on condition, could be a $100 book. This is the kind of stuff that I'm hoping to find in my antique books that I'm going through, my whatever it is, 750,000 antique books. It's been very hit or miss. It's about 20% of them, nothing. They're a nothing burger. They're not worth selling, or I can't find any comps, or they're just in poor condition, or this is basically the number one criteria for me not listing a book, is if the solds are, 1 or 2, and then there's 70 of them listed. Why would I bother? I'd have to price it bare minimum, make a few pennies. Those ones are just going in a pile. And then, like I said before, that what you can do with at least the hardcovers, even something like this, you rip the dust jacket off and you group them up in a set of 10, 15, 12, whatever makes sense as far as packaging, and you sell them as staging or decoration. And people they want a set of green books because they have a green motif in their room and they want to put them on a bookshelf or on a mantle. So at least the hardcover ones, I can still generate some amount of revenue from. So I'm just sitting those off to the side. But like the 7th printing of Jaws, I think I had a paperback. So A, paperback, not as worth as much. B, it was a movie book, so it was printed after the movie. Like, it's got pictures from the movie in the book. So therefore they made a bunch of them. And then it was like the 6th or 7th pressing. So lots of strikes that make that not worth anything. So that's the type of book that I don't even bother. I just throw them off to the side. They end up in recycling. I could maybe donate them, but honestly, try to donate books. See how far you get trying to donate books. It's a sign of the times. Things are digital. People don't need every single book. You don't need multiple copies of any book in a library. They don't do that. That's just kind of how it is. Next up and last up. Ooh, I just had another sale. Great. So next up is Rock Band for PS2. And I need a drink of water. My throat is dry. Rock Band for PS2. Right there. And that got bottom value. Went back and forth with the buyer a couple times. $5.59 free shipping on a game that's literally the lowest I can go, and probably didn't make my money back unless I bought it like in a group lot or something. But either way, barely worth it. This is the type of thing where if you get a return, it's a lot of negative dollars. So that's the bottom there. That's just to get it out of here. And then last up, because it came in, why not? On B1 is a Godiva chocolate. Chocolates. It says 1926. That's just, I think, when the company was made, but it's actually, does it have a year on it when it was made? I don't know, but it's a Godiva mug, and I got $6.99 plus shipping for this. So not a bad buy. I probably paid $0.25 for it. All right, so the tip of the day today is actually a viewer question, which transfers into a tip. John Davidson, who's a pretty long time viewer, friend of the channel, and John asks, what brand of thermal printer do you have? I'm looking to get one and want to see what you are using. Thanks in advance. And I already messaged back to him, but I figured I'd share this info with everyone because it's something I wish I would have pulled the trigger on earlier. I use a Rollo. Now, the other options you're going to have are Dymo. The Dymo XL normally is what people use, because then you can use the 4x6 labels, which is pretty standard. Smaller, it gets a little iffy on being able to read what is being printed on them. But the Rollo, the Dymo XL, and I'm not sure which the Zebra is, but the Zebra is also an option. Why, in my opinion, I have not used the other two, but in my personal opinion, why the Rollo is the best. One, the way it feeds is simple. I mean simple. Let me turn it off real quick. Don't want to mess anything up. Okay, so it's off. I don't do this very often, so I got to remember where it is. It's on the side. Okay. You see I don't have to do this very often, but if I hit the eject button here to the top, it flops open. You put your label in there. You close it down. You're done. That's it. That's the whole process. Then you turn it on. It does its thing a little bit. Sometimes it like feeds back and forth. I don't know, but it's done. That's it. That's all there is to it. Also, with the Dymo, I know for sure, but I'm not sure about the Zebra one. You have to use specific labels, whereas the Rollo, you don't. the Rollo, the labels I use, I get for free from UPS. And I will put a link at the end of this video in a video where I show you how to do that, or at least I tell you how to do that. And then I guess the tip from this, because that's my opinion. I've only used a Rollo, but those are the reasons why I, if I was suggested, someone would say that is the best one, because of cost, because of efficiency, because of ease of use, all those. Without experiencing the other ones, I would say that's the best. And if I can figure it out, I'll throw an affiliate link in the bottom of the video. If I don't figure it out by the time the video is posted, I'll put it in there some other time. So if somebody watched this video a year from now and wants to use my affiliate link, it'll be a pleasant surprise. But the tip for the thermal printers is if you have any plans of being a part-time reseller, if you have plans of being a full-time reseller, if you ship a lot of things, say you ship, I don't know, you ship a lot of Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or whatever throughout the year, buy one. That one I got used for around 200 bucks, but here's the reason why I say go ahead and buy one, because the resale value is like 200 bucks, and brand new, they're like, I don't know, 250 or something. So if you get one, the downside, the risk is very low. At any point, you could just sell it used and recoup most, if not all, of your money. So there's really no risk to it. If you decide, well, I haven't used this much, list it, pack it up, it'll sell quickly because there's a high demand for them always. And Rollo, if I ever do buy another one, which unless I, make a ton more money than I'm making right now in eBay, and I just want to spend some money to have a tax write-off or something like that, or B, this one breaks, which as far as any reviews I've heard and any other YouTubers, eBay YouTubers talk about it, I've never heard of that happening to anyone, but that doesn't mean it won't. I would buy, because they just came out with it, I would buy one of the Rollo, wireless. No cords. I mean, there's got to be a power cord unless it's rechargeable, which it might be. I didn't go into the details, but just the fact that I don't have to have it hooked to my computer. I could have my computer there. I could have my printer here while I work. That would be very awesome. I could bring it with me to another computer if I wanted to do a little work outside the office, if I wanted to do work inside my house, anything like that. Wireless, I didn't check on the price. If it's something astronomical, if it's 600 bucks, not worth it. Not worth it at any point. But, you know, if it's $75 more than the corded one, or if you get lucky and you can buy one second hand, which you can't probably because they just came out, I would pull the trigger on that. But no matter what, the amount of money you spend on printer ink, on labels, on damage to your printer, printers that you have, your normal household printer, aren't meant to work at that kind of rate, 10 labels a day for a year. That's not what your $80 Walmart printer is meant to do. It won't hold up to that. But overall, I think it took, I don't know, probably 6 months to pay it off, but I should have just bought it immediately. It just the amount of hassle that it saves, the amount of time it saves, the fact that I don't have to run to Walmart last second to buy ink, because you don't know when your some printers you do, but my printer, I didn't know when it was going to run out of ink. It just all of a sudden, halfway through a label, run out of ink, and then I'm jumping in the car and driving to the store and coming back and a whole bunch of things. But this is the point. This is the tip. The downside is minimal because the resale value is so high. So if you buy it and you decide it's not for you, or eBay's not for you, or you don't use it enough to make it worth it, you can list it, sell it, and sell it quickly for relatively close to the same amount you sold it for. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.